Have you ever stepped into the shower, turned on the warm water, and thought, do I really need to do this every single day? If you've asked yourself that lately, you're not alone. Many people over 70 start to notice that their skin feels drier, their energy dips a little quicker, and some daily routines begin to feel more like chores than necessities. And bathing, something we've done our entire lives, suddenly comes into question. How often is too often? Could daily bathing actually be doing more harm than good at our age? It's something we rarely talk about, yet it's something that matters deeply, not just for hygiene, but for health, comfort, and even independence. You see, as we get older, our skin changes, our balance shifts, and the way our body reacts to heat, humidity, and chemicals in soaps or shampoos changes too. Daily habits that once seemed harmless might be putting extra stress on your body without you even realizing it. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 surprising truths about daily bathing after 70, and believe me, some of them will challenge everything you thought you knew. We'll talk about how daily bathing affects your skin, your immune system, and even your mental well-being. You'll learn how to adjust your routine without sacrificing cleanliness or confidence. And by the end of this conversation, you'll feel empowered to make choices that suit you, not just what society expects. So let's dive into the first truth, and it's a big one. Truth 1. Daily bathing may strip away essential oils, leaving you vulnerable. Your skin is your body's largest organ, and by the time we reach 70, it's been through a lot: sun exposure, dry air, medications, and maybe even conditions like eczema or diabetes. As we age, our skin naturally produces fewer oils. These oils help protect us. They lock in moisture, prevent itching, and even serve as a barrier against bacteria. Now, here's the catch. When you bathe daily, especially with hot water and soap, you're not just washing away dirt. You're washing away those protective oils. That tight, squeaky clean feeling after a hot shower? That's not necessarily a sign of good hygiene. It's actually a sign that your skin barrier may have been stripped. Without those oils, your skin becomes more prone to cracking, itching, and inflammation. For seniors, this isn't just uncomfortable, it can be dangerous. Even small skin breaks can turn into infections, especially if your immune system is weaker or you have circulation issues. Dry skin also increases the risk of falls, because people with dry, flaky feet are more likely to slip. The good news is, you don't have to stop bathing, but how you bathe, how often, and what products you use matters more now than ever. Let's move to the second truth, which surprises a lot of people. Truth. You may not actually be dirty enough to require daily showers. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I was taught to shower every day. It's just what we do, sure. And that routine made sense when we were younger. We were more active, maybe sweating more, working outdoors, or spending time in crowded places. But now, if you're mostly at home, not sweating much, and wearing clean clothes, the body just isn't accumulating the same level of dirt or bacteria. Our culture loves the idea of being fresh and clean, but that doesn't always line up with what our bodies actually need. In fact, overwashing, especially parts like arms and legs, doesn't do much besides dry out the skin. Most odor-causing bacteria live in areas like the armpits, groin, and feet. That means a simple sponge bath or partial wash can often do the trick, keeping you clean without the stress of a full shower. I remember one woman telling me, "After 75, I stopped showering daily, and for the first time in years, my skin actually stopped itching." She wasn't lazy, she was listening to her body. And that's the real lesson here. Which brings me to our third surprising truth. And this one has to do with balance and safety. Truth 3. Daily bathing increases your risk of slips and falls. Here's something many people don't consider. The bathroom is one of the most dangerous places in the house for seniors. Slick floors, wet tiles, hard surfaces. It's a recipe for disaster if you're not careful. And the more often you bathe, the more opportunities there are for something to go wrong. Every year, thousands of older adults end up in the ER because of a fall in the shower. Sometimes it's a moment of dizziness, sometimes it's stepping the wrong way on a bath mat, other times it's just rushing. But all it takes is one slip to cause a hip fracture, a head injury, or weeks of recovery that affect everything from mobility to independence. I don't say this to scare you, I say this so you can make wise choices. If you feel a little shaky on your feet, or if stepping into a tub makes your heart race with anxiety, it might be time to rethink your routine. Maybe showering every 2 or 3 days makes more sense. Maybe a sturdy shower chair or handheld sprayer could make things safer and easier. There's no shame in adjusting. In fact, it's one of the smartest things you can do. And trust me, staying clean isn't about how often you lather up. It's about staying safe, comfortable, and confident in your own skin. Now that we've looked at how daily bathing can affect your skin, your hygiene needs, and your safety, there are still several important truths ahead, truths that might just change how you see bathing forever. So let's continue this conversation and explore what else your body has been trying to tell you. As we continue to think more carefully about our bathing habits, there's one thing that often gets overlooked, and that brings us to the next surprising truth. One that's rooted not in physical health, but in something just as important: how we feel about ourselves. Truth. Daily bathing can affect your mood, in good or bad ways. Bathing isn't just about washing off the day. For many people, it's a ritual, a quiet moment, a chance to feel refreshed, reset, and ready. That soothing flow of warm water can be calming. For some, it's the highlight of the day, a little spa-like moment in a familiar place. In that way, bathing can be wonderful for mental well-being. It creates a routine, a sense of control, and even a bit of comfort when the world feels overwhelming. But, and this is important, if bathing begins to feel stressful, exhausting, or even scary, that same routine can have the opposite effect. It can lead to dread, frustration, even avoidance. I've spoken with older adults who say they feel embarrassed when they need help getting in and out of the shower. Others feel like they're losing their independence because bathing has become a struggle. If you find yourself feeling anxious or emotionally drained before or after bathing, that's your body and your spirit telling you it might be time to adjust your routine. There's nothing wrong with bathing less often or finding gentler ways to stay clean. Mental health matters, and your daily habits should uplift you, not wear you down. That brings us naturally to another key consideration: the products we use. Because, truth number 5, it's lurking quietly in many bathrooms. Truth 5. The soap you've used for years may now be too harsh for aging skin. When was the last time you really looked at the label on your body wash or bar of soap? Many of the most popular soaps on the market are designed with younger skin in mind. Skin that's still producing plenty of oil, regenerating quickly, and bouncing back after dryness. But after 70, your skin is thinner, more delicate, and far more sensitive to certain ingredients. Antibacterial soaps, scented body washes, even some moisturizing bars, they can contain alcohols, preservatives, and chemicals that irritate your skin, and when you use these every day, it's like sanding your skin little by little. That leads to flaking, redness, and itching. Sometimes even rashes that people mistake for allergies. I once spoke with a gentleman in his late 70s who had constant red patches on his arms and chest. Doctors ruled out allergies, infections, and even laundry detergent. Turns out it was his sports body wash, one he'd been using for 20 years. Once he switched to a fragrance-free creamy cleanser made for mature skin, the issue went away in a week. The point is, our skin changes, so our products should change too. Look for gentle, unscented, pH-balanced cleansers. Even a simple washcloth with warm water can go a long way when used mindfully. Less is more when it comes to mature skin. Now let's talk about something a little more intimate and maybe even a bit uncomfortable to bring up, but it's important. And that's the pressure we sometimes put on ourselves to maintain appearances. Which leads to truth 6. You don't need to bathe daily to be clean, attractive, or presentable. Somewhere along the line we were taught that clean equals showered, that if you skip a day you're being lazy, or worse, that you're letting yourself go. But the truth is, being clean isn't about rigid routines. It's about knowing your body, understanding what it needs, and focusing on the areas that matter. If you're not sweating heavily or exposed to dirt, a full-body wash every day may be unnecessary. A warm cloth to the underarms, groin, feet, and face, what some call a bird bath or a sponge bath, can be just as effective and far less draining. Many seniors find this method not only keeps them fresh, but also gives them more confidence throughout the day. This shift in mindset is powerful. It means you're in charge. It means you're not beholden to old habits that no longer serve you. And it means you can feel clean, confident, and dignified, no matter how often you step into the shower. There's one last truth I want to explore in this part of our conversation. It's something that's often overlooked, but it might just be the most practical of all. Truth 7. You can stay clean and independent by adjusting how you bathe, not just when. Sometimes the conversation around bathing becomes too focused on the calendar. How many times per week should I bathe? Is daily too much? But there's another angle to consider, not just when you bathe, but how you do it. If you enjoy a daily routine, that's wonderful, but it doesn't always need to involve a full-body shower. Maybe it's alternating between full showers and sponge baths. Maybe you sit while washing to reduce fatigue. Maybe you invest in a no-rinse cleanser, dry shampoo, or wipes designed for sensitive skin. And here's a tip many seniors find helpful. Try bathing at a time of day when you feel strongest. For some, that's the morning after breakfast. For others, it's the evening when the body's warmed up and more relaxed. Don't force yourself to fit into a mold. Build a routine around your rhythm. Above all, protect your independence. Little adjustments, like grab bars, non-slip mats, or a handheld shower head, can make a world of difference. They don't take away your dignity, they support it. Bathing should be something that serves you, not something that rules you. You deserve comfort, you deserve safety, and you deserve routines that fit your life, not the other way around. Now that we've uncovered some surprising truths, from how daily bathing can dry out your skin to how it affects safety, products, confidence, and independence, let's take a step back and really look at the bigger picture. Because this whole conversation isn't just about showers. It's about how we treat ourselves as we age, and how we adapt our habits to support our health, comfort, and dignity. You see, aging isn't about giving things up, it's about adjusting with grace. And bathing is one of those personal routines that deserves thoughtful attention, not pressure. Maybe when you were younger, a long hot shower felt like a reward after a long day. But now, maybe it leaves your skin irritated, maybe it makes you feel tired, maybe it's harder to reach certain places or you worry about slipping. That's not weakness, that's reality, and it's okay to acknowledge it. One of the most beautiful things about getting older is the freedom to let go of what no longer serves you, to do things your way. Not because someone told you to, not because of some outdated rule, but because it's what feels right in your body and your life. If your skin feels better bathing every other day, do that. If you want to take quick sponge baths most days and enjoy a longer shower once or twice a week, do that. If certain scents or soaps irritate you, switch them out. If you feel safest sitting during a bath, get a shower chair. You are not less clean, less capable, or less put together for making these changes. You're smart, you're proactive, and you're taking care of yourself on your own terms. Now, I want to speak directly to anyone out there who might be struggling with the emotional side of this. Maybe you used to feel energized by your morning shower, and now it just feels like one more chore. Or maybe you've had to ask for help, and that's been hard to accept. I want you to hear this loud and clear. You are not alone. So many seniors go through this shift. It's not a failure, it's part of growing. And when you start approaching bathing from a place of self-respect, not guilt or shame, you open up space to enjoy your days more. Less itching, less anxiety, less risk. More comfort, more energy, more peace. There's also something incredibly empowering about making these choices for yourself before someone else makes them for you. When you decide to switch your routine, to bathe every 2 days instead of daily, to swap your soap, to use warm water instead of hot, you're not giving up control, you're taking it back. And let's not forget, good hygiene doesn't just come from water and soap, it comes from overall care. Eating well, staying hydrated, moving your body, getting enough sleep, and feeling connected to others. Bathing is just one part of the puzzle. A clean body feels great, but a supported heart and mind, that's what really keeps you shining. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. You've been taking care of yourself your whole life. Through decades of change, challenges, triumphs, and seasons of growth, you've adapted. And this moment is no different. The routines you had at 40 or 50 don't have to follow you into your 70s or 80s. In fact, letting go of those routines might be the very thing that brings you more comfort, freedom, and peace. You've earned the right to do what works for you. So, next time you stand in front of the bathroom mirror and wonder, do I need to shower today? Listen to your body, listen to your mood, and then make a choice not out of habit but out of care. That, more than anything, is the key to staying clean and staying well at any age. Remember, small changes can make a big difference in your health and happiness. Whether it's the soap you choose, how often you bathe, or how you adjust your space to be safer, every step is a step toward living better, toward owning your independence, your comfort, and your daily rhythm. And here's something else. Your story, your journey, and your wisdom are worth sharing. If something in this video sparked a memory, a shift in thinking, or just made you feel seen, I'd love to hear about it. So drop a comment below. Let me know what your bathing routine looks like now, or how you've adapted it over the years. You might just help someone else feel a little less alone. If you found this helpful so far, go ahead and give it a like. It really helps more people discover these conversations and join our growing community of people who care about aging with strength, grace, and joy. Stick around because we've still got some incredibly practical advice ahead, including answers to the questions you might be wondering about right now, like how often is just right, what to do on days you skip a shower, and how to make the process safer and more enjoyable. But most of all, take this with you. You are not defined by how often you bathe. You are defined by how deeply you care for yourself, body, mind, and spirit. Now that we've talked through the deeper truths around daily bathing after 70, let's shift into some real-life, practical advice. Because while the science and emotional side are important, sometimes what we really need is someone to say, okay, but what do I actually do today? The first thing I want to emphasize is this. There's no perfect number of baths or showers per week. There's no gold standard. What matters is your lifestyle, your personal health needs, your skin's condition, and your comfort. For some seniors, bathing every other day works beautifully. For others, a more flexible schedule, like 2 or 3 times a week, is just right. And for many, a mix and match routine offers the best balance. So, how do you find what works for you? Start simple. Ask yourself, do I sweat much during the day? Are there any skin conditions I need to manage? Do I feel more energized or more drained after bathing? Are there certain parts of my body that feel fresher when cleaned daily and others that don't need it as often? Most people find that a full body wash 2 to 3 times per week, combined with targeted sponge cleaning on other days, keeps them feeling fresh without overdoing it. And remember, hygiene isn't all or nothing. You don't need a full shower to be clean. Sometimes, just washing your underarms, groin, feet, and face with warm water and a soft cloth is more than enough. Let's talk about another big question I hear often. If I stop bathing daily, won't I smell bad? Totally fair question, and the answer might surprise you. Body odor comes primarily from bacteria breaking down sweat. But if you're not sweating much, and most people over 70 don't, especially in cool climates or less active routines, then odor is far less of an issue. And here's the kicker. Overwashing can actually mess with your skin's natural bacteria, causing more odor, not less. Focusing on high bacteria zones, like armpits and feet, goes a long way. Wearing clean, breathable clothes, changing socks daily, and using a gentle deodorant or powder if needed can also help. It's less about how often you scrub your whole body and more about maintaining overall freshness in smart, sustainable ways. Another common concern is safety. People often ask, what can I do to make bathing safer and less stressful? Great question, and honestly, just asking that shows you're ahead of the game. Here are a few things many seniors have found helpful. 1. Grab bars. Install them near the shower entrance and inside the stall or tub. These help with balance and confidence. 2. Non-slip mats, both inside and outside the shower to prevent slipping on wet tiles. 3. Shower chairs. Sitting while bathing reduces fatigue, conserves energy, and helps if you struggle with standing for long periods. 4. Handheld shower heads. These make rinsing easier and give you more control, especially when seated. 5. Proper lighting. A well-lit bathroom reduces the risk of missteps or missed hazards. 6. Prep in advance. Have towels, clothes, and bath supplies laid out before you begin so you're not rushing afterward. Even small changes like switching to a robe instead of tight clothes afterward, or warming the bathroom slightly before you start can make the experience more relaxing and less draining. Now, let's address another frequent question. What products should I be using at this age? After 70, skin becomes thinner and more sensitive. That means products that worked well in your 40s or 50s might now be causing dryness or irritation. Look for fragrance-free or sensitive skin cleansers. Moisturizing body washes with ingredients like shea butter, oat extract, or glycerin. Avoid antibacterial soaps unless recommended by a doctor. They can strip natural oils. Use lukewarm water, not hot. Hot water dries out the skin and increases the risk of irritation. And after bathing, apply a rich but gentle moisturizer, ideally while your skin is still slightly damp. That locks in hydration and keeps your skin soft and protected. Many people also ask, what if I need help but feel embarrassed to ask? This one hits home for a lot of folks, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. Asking for help is not a weakness, it's a strength. It shows that you care about your safety, your health, and your future. If you live with family, consider talking openly about your bathing routine. Maybe someone can be nearby, not in the room but within earshot just in case. Or maybe you set up a weekly assisted shower with a caregiver or trusted aide. If you live alone, there are even medical alert systems with waterproof buttons in case you slip or feel faint. You don't have to give up your privacy to stay safe. You just need a plan. And speaking of plans, a lot of people ask this next: where should I start if I want to adjust my routine today? Start small. Don't overhaul everything at once. Maybe tomorrow, instead of a full shower, you do a warm cloth rinse of your face, underarms, and feet. See how your skin feels. Then try showering every other day for a week and notice the difference in your energy or comfort. Try switching soaps. Add a non-slip mat. Each small step gives you more control, more confidence, and a chance to build a routine that works with your body instead of against it. Remember, routines are meant to evolve. What worked last year might need a tweak today, and that's okay. Aging is a journey, not a destination. Now, I want to hear from you. What does your current bathing routine look like? Have you made changes that helped you feel better or safer? Share in the comments. Someone out there might be wondering the same things you've already figured out, and your voice could be the encouragement they need. By now, you've heard the full story, the science, the surprising truths, the practical advice, all centered around one of the most basic parts of life, bathing. And yet, as we've seen, this everyday routine holds more power over our comfort, safety, and independence than we may have ever realized. So, if you've made it this far, I want to say something important. Thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your day to invest in yourself. Because that's what this is. It's not just about staying clean. It's about taking back control of your body, your routines, and your peace of mind. If you've been feeling unsure about how often to bathe, or you've been pushing yourself through daily showers that leave you more tired than refreshed, this is your permission to stop, breathe, and try something different. There is no shame in changing your habits. There is only wisdom in listening to your body. So here's what I want you to do next, and it's something you can do today. Choose just one change. Maybe you skip tomorrow's shower and do a quick sponge bath instead. Maybe you place a non-slip mat in the tub. Maybe you try out a new gentle cleanser or switch from hot to lukewarm water. Just one simple step. It doesn't have to be big, but it has to be yours. Because the more you tailor your routines to suit the way your body feels now, the more energy and comfort you'll have to enjoy the things you truly love. Whether that's gardening, walking the dog, chatting with the grandkids, or just sitting peacefully in your favorite chair with a good book. And if this video helped you, even just a little, please take a second to click like. It may seem small, but it helps this channel reach more people just like you, folks who are looking for trustworthy advice, thoughtful conversation, and a safe space to grow older with confidence. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Every week we cover new topics designed just for you, seniors who care deeply about their health, independence, and joy. From memory tips to balance exercises to nutrition that truly makes a difference, we're building a space that honors your wisdom and supports your journey. And if you're feeling brave, share your story in the comments. What's one thing you've learned about bathing or self-care after 70? What's a tip you'd give your younger self, or someone just entering their 70s today? Your words could inspire someone across the country, or even across the world. Before we close, let me offer you this reminder. Your age does not define your worth. It does not define your ability to change, grow, or adapt. You are still capable of joy, of laughter, of progress, and even the smallest change, like a gentler shower routine, is a declaration that you care enough about yourself to live well, not just live long. So here's to that. Here's to smarter routines, softer skin, safer bathrooms, and stronger confidence. Here's to feeling good in your own body no matter what the calendar says. And here's to making choices that reflect the real you. Not outdated advice, not pressure, not guilt, just truth, care, and self-respect. And finally, here's a little teaser of what's coming next on this channel, because if you found today's video helpful, you won't want to miss this. In the next video, we'll dive into a topic that's on everyone's mind: how to keep your memory sharp after 70. I'll be sharing small daily habits backed by science that can help support brain health and protect against forgetfulness. You're going to love it. So stay tuned, and until then, take care of yourself, be gentle, be kind, and remember, you deserve to feel good every single day. Here's to living your best life at any age. See you in the next video.